Race is starting now anyway. They've readied up. Yeah, go ahead. And we're off. Alrighty, so obviously on the left-hand side we have zer0mavrick. zer0mavrick, pretty dang good at this category, had a 34.15, and that time's pretty old. It was got back in a, that's good. And he got that time back in about 2015, if I'm not mistaken, early 2015. So a pretty good time, and for how old it is as well, pretty impressive. And Stray's pretty famous and pretty well known for being a really, really good Super Metroid runner, and he's a top 10 time in that game. Though even though he's literally just started running SMW, and his first race, I think his first race was it wasn't the greatest, although for his first race it was really good. He now has a 35.35, which is pretty darn good considering he only picked up SMW a couple of weeks ago for this tournament. So could be a very interesting race. Just starting off with YI3 here, it's the first sort of interesting kind of level. Wanting to stay on those brown platforms as long as possible to try and gain that extra little bit of time. Stray getting a 259, and same for Zer. Nothing too major going on in Y4, but it would be interesting to see a shell jump attempt from either. Stray not bothering, and I don't think Zero tried to do it there. He took the shell with him anyway. If you're not attempting a shell jump, you're wanting to stomp on that shell, prevent just the tiniest little bit of lag. You guys, welcome everybody. I'm just gonna say because I don't have time to do it, but I think Zero was only intending to have his mic off. I'm pretty sure his game audio was also off. Someone's in his chat and wants to let him know that. Oh, it is on? Oh, fair enough. It's not important for me, because I've Gray's audio on. Castle 1, again, there isn't very much going on in Castle 1, but definitely a level that you can do a lot of really, really tight time saves on. Both playing it fairly safe, but at this point of the run, they're both essentially tied. I think Zero might be ahead by maybe 0.1 or 0.2 seconds. Something, you know, very little. Also, something I guess I should point out is Stray's playing on the American version. That will cost him a couple of seconds over Zero, who's playing on. Ooh, and Stray unfortunately not getting that cape. Now there is a Super Koopa coming up. That Super Koopa actually jumps at just the right height where you can actually grab that cape off him from just standing on the ground, but just misses out on that slightly. I was just having a couple of issues having Zero's stream work there. It's really, really behind the other stream no matter how often I refresh. I don't know why that is. Is that an issue in the restream? Yeah, don't know. Yeah, I don't know why his stream's down. Sorry about that. Just bear with us, guys. Yeah, it is strange. Every time I refresh it, it goes back like 15 seconds and freezes. Maybe the roommate is watching stuff on Netflix. I'm only joking. I wouldn't startle him with it. It's one of those things we can get sorted out. Okay, so back to the race. Stray unfortunately losing both his cape and fire flower just at the end. It's kind of tricky. Yep, no problem, Def. So Stray going back for cape makes a lot of sense. I do not recommend whatsoever going on without cape, though you can attempt DS or DP3 capeless and then grab a cape just after the midway. It's only probably a couple of seconds faster than going back, but a lot riskier. So at this point, Zero probably has about a lead of half of the level. Also, Zero getting the fast flight there. I wouldn't worry about it. Again, the restream looks really good. Sometimes it just happens with the variance of people's streams. So yeah, DP3 and DP4 aren't very interesting. I think the only interesting thing about DP4 is don't go down and grab Yoshi unless it's a safe strat. Most categories that you're getting Yoshi in, it's in order to do wings in Vanilla Dome 1. But not something you'll be wanting to attempt in this run. They'll take you the wrong direction. And it's on to Morton for 0. Let's have a look at how the Morton fly goes. Oh, and just having a little bit of trouble at room 1, but should be able to recover. Yep, nicely done. Again, it's quite easy for that to happen. I've even seen some people do an initial left turn just at the start of entering there, just for extra safety. Oh, and just losing cape and losing that cycle, that's really unfortunate. Unfortunately, the bonk on the second part of that flight was an issue. Now, Zero has a bit of a dilemma on his hands. If he had lost his cape a bit earlier, essentially what he'd be wanting to do is grab cape on this ascent. Vanilla Doom 1 is pretty difficult without cape, but if he's aware of his small only strats, he will know how to do it without cape. Still quite difficult though. We might see him go back for cape. Stray just having a little issue with that part of the Morton fly, can potentially still make this cycle. Oh, if he didn't fall off that block, probably was going to. That's unfortunate. Again, though, if he gets up here without any issues, he's probably going to be ahead. Zero has a difficult decision to make coming up. Does he go on without the cape, or does he go and grab one? And generally speaking, I think it's a better idea to go back for the cape. He is still going to need to pick up the cape somewhere. Oh, but it looks like at this stage, it's not going to be too difficult of a decision. Stray getting quite lucky there not to die. So that there minor mistake from Stray ended up costing him probably about 30 seconds. He will have to go back for cape, 100%. It looks like he wouldn't have been in the lead anyway. Um, but he would have shortened back the lead by 0 by quite a margin. I am pretty much guaranteeing you Stray will go back. There's an 100% chance. Are not. Are not. No, going on capeless. Possibly has prepared for this situation. I think this is quite a difficult strat. Never mind, he's on the American version. He can grab a cape in this level for free. I totally forgot about that. That's Yep, and that's the only advantage of using this version of the game. Uh, is able to grab that freedom cape. Wow, that's hilarious. I totally forgot about that. And now has a Fireflower as well. Nice backup strats from Stray. Oh my word. Yeah, I totally forgot about that. I got a slap on the wrist for not thinking there. But Zero does have a very substantial lead, possibly about 40 seconds or more. But, at this point, very far from being run deciding. Yeah, absolutely, Lou. I totally forgot about the Freedom Cape. Otherwise, yeah, of course you grab it there. I just forgot. Absolutely no reason to go back for Cape if you're playing on the US version. Oh wow. And this is probably the only category as well where using the American version is actually good for that cape as well. If it's all castles, you're going to the right, you don't need a cape. It's 96, probably at the point of the run where you have red block as well. Yeah, I'm assuming that's done like optimally though. So we actually have quite a close race here again. Pretty much just one level in it. Very, 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 very interesting dynamic that Stray added to it. Finally getting to see the only advantage for that, the US version. But as I mentioned earlier, we'll be losing a second or two here and there for lack of fast saving. Yeah, before I remembered that he was playing on the American version, I was thinking, wow, somebody's been practicing their small only strats. Which would be pretty cool for a self-identified new runner. Pretty decent wee wee for Zero. I'm getting buffering again in Zero's stream, but he's in Butterbridge 1, so probably nothing too interesting going on. And it's Stray's turn. And yeah, very good fight. Almost went. Sort of start of that fight was pretty good. Again, massive shoutouts to Stray actually putting in some decent time into this run. Again, apologies for Zero stream. That isn't an our end. Looks like it's sort of. Oh no, it froze again. Well, if I had to make a guess, Zero is probably just getting through it, hopefully not dying. Your friend Redhawk36 has just started watching. Yeah, there isn't very much to say about this level. Unfortunately, just don't die. Do not die, and you'll be good. Stray not playing safe at all in these Koopas. Getting 6 1-ups, I think. I mean, he's not really that far behind. I wouldn't really call it a disaster yet either. This is the easy part of the run. The high variance part of the run comes up pretty much as we enter Castle 4, FOI 2, Castle 5, parts of Chocolate Island, Valley of Bowser. Again, Stray playing about with the Koopas. Like I said, looks like we're back for Zero. Zero entering Castle 4. Pretty okay room 1. And thankfully reacts well to getting hit by that first Fruitaboo. Otherwise he could be in the Marinara. And you don't want to go in the Marinara, especially not in this castle. Yep. Pretty decent Castle 4 for Zero. Yes, I know. You Russian Ghost, he literally means in person though. He's in the room with him. Okay, very good room 1 and room 2 from Stray. Again, just showing off how much good practice he's done. Unsurprising to me though, if you're able to be good at Super Metroid, Super Mario World should probably be fine. Super Metroid is constant being absolutely awesome. Neither do I, Walk. Neither do I. Alright, Zero gets the Yoshi a couple of seconds ago just in order to be able to attempt Eclipse it coming up in FOI 2. Why, who said that? Oh, right, I see. Yes, I have no idea. And it's time for Clips in FY2 for Zero. Wishing both players the best of luck and just good execution. Clips are easy with good execution. Not a problem though, in their first try. Delays a bit on just getting the clip as well, I'd noticed, but absolutely nothing wrong with first try clip. Yeah, it'll do. I'm guessing gonna get a 38. Gets 38, yep. It's time for Stray. FOI 2, hopefully getting those clips. In there, first try, very nice. We've got a race in our hands. There's nothing I hate more than seeing a race being decided by clips. Very frustrating. So coming up in a moment for Zero, and then just a moment after for... okay. Yeah, coming up, we've got Castle 5. Hopefully, both players managing to get that right flag. Otherwise, we're going to be seeing some pretty major time losses. This, for a lot of people, even though it isn't all that difficult, is that big breather if you get through there without dying. So it'll be Zero's turn coming up. Wow, even though his setup looked pretty good there, it ended up being quite close. Gets it without a problem though. Looks like he's playing a bit safe just at the end. Definitely not a bad decision though. Again, at times you're just looking to get through there without a death. It's a 266 door. A couple of seconds off optimal. But if Zero had any nerves for this point, probably going to be a bit more relaxed. I found in my race as well, that was a big turning point for me. That anticipation of Castle 5 is always kind of off-putting. Zero will, or Stray will be trying it now. Gets it beautifully though. Very comfortably done. Whoa! Nice recovery from Stray there. That was nearly really bad. Wow. And saving 2 in-game seconds against Zero there. Very nice. And I'm going to be right back because I need to grab my laptop charger before it dies. Oh dear. I thought I had it down. Be right back, guys. We've got some flyovers, you know. Alright, we're plugging her in. Alright, run saved. Yeah, it was very close. I'm running a lot of things at the moment as well, so literally could die within a minute of it telling me that it's low. Okay, just Stray doing the flyover, Strat in Ghost House. Again, just as long as you can make it under that pipe that's just off screen, it's quite an easy thing to do. Just got to know how to anticipate it. My setup for it would be generally, it's just stay as close to the fishing buoy as possible. Then it makes the end of that room quite easy. But it is that off-screen pipe that throws off a lot of people. Zero going for the Steven strat. Makes a lot of sense to do that. Grabbing that midway though, playing it just slightly safe. Again, makes sense, you might as well just donate that half second in order to not potentially lose an extra 30 if anything happens. I have to say, though, Stray has been playing very well. Again, for him having said that he's very, very new to this game, pulling off a lot of strats that I don't even see people go far in, and they've been running for a year or two. So that is very good. Good to see. Stray knows that Steven strat. Very well done. So Stray spun those Buzzy Beetles out of his way in order to get P-Speed. While that's a pretty good option, it is quite easy for your hitbox to merge with them and you lose Cape. It has happened to me a couple of times recently. I've just stopped doing it. Stray did fall down there. Quite difficult to get P-Speed on those air blocks. Don't know what he's attempting. And that block is only... Unfortunately losing Cape. At that point I probably would have just went on. Probably was going to cost more time. Plus, not that difficult either to go on with Cape. Their last jump is always just slightly scary. It isn't difficult, sometimes your jump can just be eaten. It's also sort of close to the ground. Also guys, just going to mention, we do have an EFT Discord if anyone's interested. It's a good way to keep up to date. Matches, and just general discussion stuff and chat now. And unfortunately, Stray taking a death there. Oh wow! Okay, just gets his butt singed by the Boo. Pretty unfortunate. So I forgot to mention as well. Oh wow! Okay, another death for Stray. This castle is pretty hard. I think, in many ways, I actually think this castle, or Castle 6 is probably one of the harder ones. If it's something that you've like practiced and you've got down and you've practiced, it isn't that bad. But whenever you're starting out in this game, it really is a nightmare. I remember a couple of years back, Castle 6 was always... Wait, Okay, I missed that. Did Zero get a double despawn or swim through these boo rings? He has both of his capes. I'm just gonna rewatch that in the restream. I was just watching Stray stream there. Was it double despawn? Okay, Stray just playing a little safe there at the end. Wow, despawn and swam through the second ring, dude. Are you serious? The only person I've seen do that in a tournament race is Author Blues. In the No Starworld Tournament, he had Big Mushroom. Well, he was like Big Mario. And he swung through the boo ring, second boo ring. He possibly was he possibly wasn't attempting it. Possibly just happened. That's pretty cool. It's a pretty awesome moment. Though Stray finishing up safely with Castle 6, thankfully for him as well, also has that Big Mario. At least he can grab a cape the next level. Won't be able to attempt a damage boost on that second boo ring, so we'll either have to wait, attempt double despawn, or I don't know, just swim through the boo ring. Yeah, it was really, really swag. I agree. Pretty awesome moment of the tournament race. I think that's the thing. Stray's playing very, very well right now. He's obviously put a lot of work into it recently as well. But unless you've played this game for quite a while, honestly, one mistake can end up costing you a lot more than you'd like. Again, 3 or 4 weeks ago, whenever Stray joined the tournament, I asked him, "Yo, do you have a PB in this?" And he said, "Oh, I'm just picking up the game for this tournament." So, based on how he's been playing, I think everyone can agree that he's doing pretty damn well. I'm having issues with Zero stream again, unfortunately. Can't see anything. I think it just broke on the restream there as well. I have a stream. No, it died again. Interesting. Very, very interesting from Stray there. Ooh! Ooh! Oh, wow, that was close. Stray nearly did something there that I did in one of my races and ended up losing about 2 minutes over. Yeah, don't want to be spinning before that first boot ring, because that guy will just come down and wreck you. But also, interestingly, Stray scroll to the right there. The reason for that is if you're not getting despawn or damage boost, you want to bring that second boot ring on screen earlier, assuming you're not just attempting to swim through it, because it'll cycle around to the opening sooner. Although he wasn't able to take advantage of the scroll. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Orb. Yeah, sorry, I forgot. Yeah, looking pretty good for Zero at this point. He must have got through Sandbar without any problems. I would say that Zero has potential to get a low 35 here. I would think. You know what? I have to say as well, I really appreciate that dark room from Zero. Managing to get that flight to the door, which isn't easy. It wasn't perfect, but it was definitely very, very nice. Oh wow! And for a moment there, I was wondering, is Stray setting himself up for Sandbar Clip? Yeah, that too, Walk. So thankfully, going into Vanilla Dome 1, we're going back for a power up. Usually, it's a sensible decision, no matter who you are. Was able to get that freedom cape in the US version. You're predicting a 36-10? Oh wow, you have absolutely no faith in his ability. No, I'm only joking. It probably will be a low 35. Everyone get your gases in. I'm gonna say 30. 3507 SDA time. In before I'm exactly right and then win nothing. Going on to the final phase for Zero, we'll be looking to make this 5th hit in order to make the final cycle half as long. We went 35-10. No, that's fair enough. Gets that final hit. GG. And that is... Oh, come on. Yeah, 35.06. Very well done, Zero. 0.4 off. Oh no! A death from Stray there. And as he was just about to hit the lava as well, he got a wall clip. If he had got that frame perfect input, would have actually been able to jump back up there. Not that you're ever going to pull that off on purpose. Although, one of the things I do, like, if I see myself, like, about to fall in a hole or a pit or something, if I end up, like, sort of pushing up against a wall whenever I'm starting to die or whatever, I will attempt it just in case. It's only ever saved me once, and that was an SMB one. It was a pretty epic moment. Yeah, again, GG's to Zero. That was a very good race. 35.06 is pretty dang good considering you had to go back for Cape in Vanilla Dome 1, or going into Vanilla Dome 1. Going back for Cape at that point probably cost about 25 seconds.
They were asking me questions.
Hey, sorry. I'll shut up.
Huh? Where do I keep that from?
Sorry, what's up?
No problem. You, welcome. GG on the run. I was just saying there, that was pretty damn good considering you had to go back for Cape before going into Vanilla Dome 1.
Yeah, that was really depressing.
Yeah, I mean, it was looking for a second, or I was looking for a moment at that point that Stray was maybe going to gain about 20 to 25 seconds against you. Now, obviously, it wouldn't have been enough. But he got hit on the third hit of Morton.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't have Fire Flower, so that there minor mistake, costing a lot of time, of course. But yeah, this is your time. Feel free to talk about your run.
Well, I was super excited to get hard clip first try. That was awesome. I completely hated the fact that I butchered Morton. I don't know why. I can never get a decent Morton fly during a race. Like it just doesn't happen. But
it is one of those things that goes wrong quite often for a lot of people.
Yeah. Then I almost got the fast trap for Vanilla Secret. Then I ended up butchering it by not getting the last shell. But
oh, I see. I don't think we got to see that part of the stream.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I apologize. I have a feeling the problem that was going on was with the Twitch servers in Austin. It doesn't seem like the internet here is dropping. It's only Twitch.
Oh, that's fair enough. It's just, again, one of those things. You can't really do much about it, especially during a race. And I was just hoping for your sake, do not be freaking out about the stream. Because if you're doing a race and you're trying to fix your stream, you probably are going to start making big mistakes.
Oh, yeah. Now I'll shut up and let's watch the various...
Okay, so Stray just going on to the final phase here. Won't have a Mecha Koopa to do that fifth hit. Again, the earlier you can hit Bowser in the third phase, the better, because it will be cutting that cycle in half. He only does half as many bounces if you hit him straight away. We will be seeing these final hits soon, but I have to say again, Stray's been playing so well considering how new he is to the game. And that was sort of scary, but it looks like GG, and that's going to be a 39.19 SDA time. Congratulations to Stray on that. Again, having a PB of 35 minutes and 35 seconds is pretty damn good, considering he hadn't even picked up the game prior to this tournament. No, it's just a friendly tournament. It's nothing. I mean, we do have seeding for it, but it's not ranked in that sense. That's the link to the Discord there. feel free to join it if you're wanting to keep up to date with the races.
Yep, and Bryce is actually my friend. So hello, Bryce.
Oh, right, I see. Oh, fair enough.
You're my friend.
Yeah, I'm sure you can update him on that. We'll see if Stray, if he wants to come over.
Sure. Oh, I was also super hyped that I got through the ghost ring without taking any damage. And of course,
yeah,
I just had to be, I had to be dumb and not take the actual fast strat to fallen level, and just lost all the time that I stayed. Now I actually need to pull up the chat for this. Don't have this Starworld chat open at all. Now I can actually read the chat.
Stop wasting my phone's battery.
And joining us, we have Straevaras. Welcome.
Howdy.
How was that then?
GG.
GG.
Also, I'm sorry?
Was that an actual PB for you, or is this a race PB?
That was a race PB. My actual PB is 34 to 15. I lost the actual splits a while back. But I wanted to say GG, and I felt really bad whenever you put GLHF. Then I wasn't able to in time. I was like, oh no, I'm a jerk. I didn't say GLHF.
I didn't even think anything of it.
Okay, well, I'm glad. Man, you definitely put up part of a race. My roommate was telling me some of what you were doing. I felt like you were actually behind me a lot of the time. I was actually really scared.
No, he was close. I was watching. I was watching those timelines.
Josh.
Yeah, I kind of went on a small meltdown in Donut Plains, and then I had a much larger meltdown right before. Well, what did me in was Chocolate Secret. I lost my cape. I'm still not exactly sure what happened. I tried to fly and it didn't fly, and I tried to recover and it wasn't recovering, so I just ended up eventually hitting one of the red beetles.
See, one of the things that can happen with cape flight is if you try to do the cape pump a bit early, it's so difficult to recover it, and it looked like that's what happened.
Yeah, I think
with you being off screen, you can't tell. Sorry.
Yeah, it deals with trying to keep like that rhythm for Mario's flight. I feel like there's definitely like a beat they have to keep to just stay flying straight.
Once I got recuperated after Vanilla 1, it was pretty good from there on until that moment.
Yeah, it was unfortunate what happened in the third hit of Morton, and I had actually forgot, like, even though I'd mentioned that you were using the US version, which is a couple of seconds slower, really good that you were using it, because picking up that cape going into Vanilla Doom 1 capeless is so essential. It saves you quite a bit of time before going back.
Yeah, but I definitely ended up having to go back after I took it over, I believe, with Morton's.
Yeah, Zero had also lost his cape because the cape isn't available in that level in the Japanese version. He had to go back to Donut Plains 1.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I was wondering, just based on your silence there, possibly doesn't know this, so I'll just slip that in there. Yeah, the so-called Freedom Cape, even though it is actually available on the European version of the game as well. Not available in Japanese though.
Huh.
But you are the first person that we've got to see actually get that cape, which is pretty cool. It's something that can't really often discuss. So there was that. You got first try clip as well, which is just so amazing. Like, again, it's clear to me just how much really high quality practice and learning you've been putting in.
Oh, you got first try clip? I thought I was cool for getting first try clip. I haven't been playing for long at all. Man, I'll just go in shame under my bed. I thought I was cool.
Like, of course, with your experience and like you being amazing at Super Metroid, this probably feels like a holiday to you, but at the same time, that shouldn't take away from how well you've been doing.
It's very different. It's a different kind of game. Like, as far as execution goes for Super Mario World, I find it easier than Super Metroid, but the consistency is what's getting me. Because like in Super Metroid, you can take damage and you have to be more careful, or you just don't screw up again. Whereas here, if you take damage, that's a massive time loss.
I couldn't agree more with you. Now, I can't really comment on Metroid, even though it was the thing to bring me into speedrunning about 5 years ago. I absolutely suck at that game so hard, even casually. So, I mean, it is pretty mind-blowing, considering like how good you are at that. Very impressive. But yeah, for the bottom seed as well, there were people, like quite a few people above you, right? Even up to people in the 30s. That, you know, this wouldn't have been a close race, but this was until, you know, just slightly later on. So really applying the pressure.
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, you were applying pressure to me. I was pretty scared.
Well, at least I made it close.
Oh yeah, dude, for sure. That was pretty close. What was your PB?
My PB's, let me reset my splits. It's 35-35.
35-35?
Yeah.
That's actually really impressive if you haven't been playing that long. It took me quite a while to get 35.
Yeah, that was pretty much like mostly ideal run. I think I can't remember where I screwed up my PB, but that's mostly ideal run through a lot of the parts anyway. I think that run, I don't think I've completed a run or a PB to run with Cape at Bowser. For some reason, I just can't PB a run that way. I don't know what it is.
Oh, I don't blame you. For whatever reason, I throw away 33s most of the time on like the second phase of Bowser because apparently boss gets hard.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but you had said to me before this tournament that you'd basically just picked this up for this journey, right?
Correct. Like I had raced 11X at one time, like years ago, but apart from that, that's the only time I've ever touched this game as far as a speed game. I played it a lot as a kid, so a lot of the mechanics are, or some of the mechanics anyway, were still familiar to me. But
yeah, of course, playing it as a kid or playing it a lot does help like quite a bit. But the fact that you've managed to get a 35 in such a short amount of time really is no joking matter. I think that is really impressive.
So wait, you've been playing for like a month?
Since the tournament started.
Wow, okay.
That's why he's C43. I said, I asked, do you have a PB? And Stray said, nah, I'm picking this game up. And I was like, well, that's pretty brave of you. And the fact that you got a 40 in your last run, beat Millennium, who's been about for like 3 or 4 years as well.
Yeah, I figured Millennium was going to beat me because he runs like just about everything that I know of anyway. And it's like, oh gosh, here we go.
I mean, I'm sure you'll agree with me that it's absolute disrespect to say that I assumed Millennium would beat you. But whenever I saw how you were playing, I was thinking, wow, this guy is really good. And again, unsurprising based on Super Metroid. There's a lot that, I guess, transfers over, you know, just...
Yeah, it's surprising in a way. I guess more transfers over than I realize.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't want to be telling you because you're better at these sort of things than I am, but just that mentality for speedrunning probably can help a little bit, I guess. I'm not sure, but...
Yeah.
I'm going to stop rambling, though, and like let you guys say anything. If you have anything to say, this obviously is your time.
Well, I guess all I'd have to say is thanks for watching, guys, and thank you, Stray, for joining the tournament. Did you know EFT at all?
I did not.
Didn't? Okay.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's good. We're pulling in other people that can play Mario, and out of this tournament, we've learned that there are crazy enough people to be able to get a 35 PB at No Starworld in less than a month. So, dude, like I said, dude, at the moment, I'd be bowing down if I were near you at the moment. That's pretty awesome. Now, the tournament here is actually being done for our friend Electric Fish Tank, who passed away I don't know, it was sometime in October. So we're also taking donations during this tournament. Any donations that are given to us are actually going to be going towards a scholarship for a band student at his old, I guess, local high school. So if you feel like giving, if you feel like blessing a band student, feel free to do that. That's really all I have to say. I'm just rambling now because I don't know what to say. You have anything to say, Stray?
Not much beyond that. Just GG, and thanks for the tournament so far. For me, anyway, that's my last match in the tournament. But
yeah, I hate to I really do hate to say it. Like every time it comes to an end for someone, I'll be joining the I Had Fun people quite soon, I'm sure, because I'm going up against Seed 5 and then Seed 4, then probably Seed 5. Seed 5 got knocked out very unexpectedly, so my journey isn't looking all that good for me. But yeah, like I hope you enjoyed it.
I did.
I'm glad. I am really glad about that. That is the most important thing. Yeah. Sorry, I don't have actually that much more to say. Yeah, it has been a lot of fun. Thanks for bringing what you brought to it as well.
Yeah, I'll probably get around to. I've been trying to want to branch out myself, so I'll probably learn some more categories of this game now that I don't have much reason to focus on solely No Starworld anymore. I might actually like try something else.
I mean, if you ever want to do No Starworld races, hit me up. Okay. I think you'd be a wonderful practice buddy.
Okay.
On that, would you be thinking of shorter categories, longer?
I'm thinking so. 11 exit seems weird. And optimized. So maybe 96 exit.
96 exit was a lot of fun. 11 exit was a lot more fun pre-Cloud. I think that was like summer of 2015. The discovery of Cloud actually sort of shook my speedrun up a lot. I was pushing quite hard for like a top 3 time, and I was like, nah, actually this glitch doesn't look all that fun. So I understand why. Even though like it is actually an okay speedrun, I guess. 96 does make a lot of sense though. It's a very fun category.
That and maybe I was kind of eyeing Small Mario.
Yeah, like Small Mario or Low Percent, or I forget what it's officially called now. I should know that. It's a really difficult category, but a really fun one as well.
I feel like learning Low Percent or Small Mario, whatever. I can't remember what it is right now either. But I feel like learning a category like that would be pretty. It'd be really valuable run to know just from a racing perspective, because I think of how many times I mess up in these races or just in my runs in general, and how much valuable that would be as a backup strat.
In that case, I would highly recommend No Cape, because the only limitation for that is no cape, and like Small Mario would be like specifically just Small Mario. And No Cape No Starworld's a really, really fun run, and it was actually the last tournament we did back in the summer. Though Small Mario, it's a crazy run. I love watching it, but I'm too scared to even attempt it. Okay, so I was just having a look at the bracket there, and you'll be going up against Eric next.
Yeah, I'm terrified.
It's going to be a close one, but Eric I think he's underrepresented by his seed. Again, I tried my best to collect updated PVs from everyone I asked. A lot of people, but Eric is one of those people I look at and think, I sort of fear you in a race.
Yeah.
Very, very good. And also, it only started this year, I believe, as well. It's incredible. Let me just have a look here as well. So yeah, that'll be LR3 for you. We'll have probably about 10 days to do that, but that's going to be a really interesting one. I switched to both. It really will be quite a high variance race, I think. Okay, I think that's us for now. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. And our next scheduled race would actually be me versus Seathorn at 3:30 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. However, as it stands, it looks like that's going to be rescheduled just due to a lack of restreamers. So just keep an eye out for that. That probably will be tomorrow at some point. I'm looking forward to getting my ass handed to me. But sure, it's all a bit of fun, and that's the main thing. Also, thanks again to Def for the restream.
Of course, always thank you, Def.
Thank you, Def.
Alrighty, thanks so much to both of you. Again, Stray, I hope you had fun, and I'm looking forward to you being able to teach me 96 in probably like 3 days, just based on just based on your performance here. No, very impressive, and I'm not just saying that to be nice. I think you've done really, really well. You nearly knocked out like the tournament creators, so that's something. Wouldn't be nice, but it would be impressive.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna follow you right now, Stray. Then I'm gonna bug you. You're gonna be like, hey, you want to do some not 96, some No Starworld races? I'm gonna bug you till you say yes.
Okay.
I have watched you before, but I probably don't follow because I'm like probably the only person that uses the SRL front page because I'm still in like 2012. So yeah, I'll be keeping an eye out as well. Although I will come over and follow as well. Alrighty, so let me have a quick look here. Yep, I think I know. Alrighty, guys. Thanks so much for the race, and I'll see you next time.
Yeah, thank you for restreaming. Do we want to raid someone?
Sorry, I'm so bad.